Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, my Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette is finally here. I'm so excited. We are going to do a 3 looks 1 palette just because there's already so many reviews of this palette and I'm pretty much late to the game. But I still really want to give you guys my thoughts and just show you some different eye looks that you can create with this eyeshadow palette. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into the eye looks, and after we're done, we'll talk, do swatches, and all that other good stuff. Okay, I did go into my NARS eye base, and here is what the palette looks like untouched. I did get some footage of it before I dig my brushes into this. I'm thinking for the first eye look, I'm going to go more warm tone, and then for the second eye look, cool tone, and for the third eye look, I'm just going to do whatever calls to my heart. Okay, so let's start with this shade right here, Sun Rose, and this is a Sigma Soft Blend 2.0, a nice fluffy brush. It does look like it has a tiny bit of sheen, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade, but I'm going to leave it on the outer corner and wing it out, and I am going to bring it on the lower lash line. Okay, my child is watching Tangled and the door is just a tiny bit cracked, so hopefully you can't hear too much of it. Now I'm going to jump into this shade right here, which is Dune. This is a Morphe M433, and this is going to go in the outer corner and a tiny bit on the crease. This is a beautiful shade. Oh, so pretty. A lot of kickback, but that's very normal for Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows. Bring it about halfway in. Okay, so pretty. I love these two shades together, and I just wanted to show you like the kickback. It's not a big deal for me, but just FYI. Okay, now I'm going to deepen it up just a tiny bit more with the darkest brown in the palette, which is Noble. This is like a small little crease brush from e.l.f. and it's gonna go right in here, mostly tapping. It's like very cloudy this morning, so hopefully lighting is okay. Okay, I'm actually going to dip into 2 shimmers. Nova, which is this pretty brassy type of brown, and Rose Fire, which is like a beautiful coppery kind of orange. First, the darkest shade, and I am using my index finger. This is gonna go right here. I'm going to keep it right in the middle. Okay, now we're going into Rose Fire. That's going to go right in the inner corner. Oh, okay, this one's chunky, so you will probably get fallout. I just had a piece fall down. I don't see it, so maybe it just slipped onto the ground.
Hello.
My child wanted to say hello. Okay, now we're going to do the inner corner, and we're going to jump into this shade, which is Heavenly. This is a Sonia G detail brush. I did put some Fix Plus on there just to make sure it's nice and pigmented. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, let me go ahead and put mascara and all that good stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, that is what the finished eye look looks like with mascara. I did go into this Urban Decay eyeliner. This is in Smog, but only did the outer corner both on the waterline and too tight line. And for the blush on this side, because I might change it up for this one, I went into the Gucci. This is in Rosy Beige. I thought it went perfect with this eye look. Okay, but at the end, I'll show you side by side and I'll have my eyebrows done. So let's get started with this other eye look. And like I said, I'm going to do more of a cool tone kind of look. We're going to start with this one. Ashes is the name of the shade. This is a refer number 27, and I'm going to use this kind of like a transition shade. Again, I used the NARS eye base for both eyes, and I'm actually going to kind of blow this shade out, but really sheer it out. So far, everything is very beautifully pigmented and blending out beautifully, honestly. Okay, such a pretty color. All right, now we're going to jump into this shade, which is Royal, and it looks like a shimmery type of burgundy berry kind of shade. I'm using a Morphe and Ariel 829. I did wet the brush just a tiny bit, and you will see why here in a minute. Hopefully no fallout. This is going to go all over the lid. And I am going to leave a tiny space right in there, and only a tiny bit right here, about a third way in. Make sure your brush is wet or you have glitter glue, because it feels like a chunky shade and it's probably going to give you fallout. Okay, so that's what it should look like. Now I'm dipping into this shade right here, which is Element. This is a Sigma E45, and I'm only going to dip the tip into it. That's what she said. And I'm going to blend out the edges of this burgundy. Hopefully that works. And I am going to try to wing it out a tiny bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's what it should look like, but don't worry, we're going to blend out a tiny bit more. We are going to dip into Ashes, the transition shade, with that same brush, but I'm only going to dip the tip. That's what she said. I will keep saying that because I just want it a light wash, because I just want to make sure everything is nice and blended, and then kind of have that shade pop out more, because we kind of lost it a tiny bit. Okay, now we're lightly going to dip into this shade here, Haze. Looks like a very beautiful, like metal type of shade, almost like the cover. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to put that right in the middle. So pretty. Almost like a halo eye, you know? Okay, and now I'm going to dip into this shade, which looks like a very pretty subtle pink. Rose Quartz. This is like a small Ofra brush. It's just a small pencil precision brush. I did wet it with Fix Plus, and it looks like it's probably going to be chunky, so be careful. Fallout for sure. It was a lot more with this eye look than with the other one, and this is going to go in the inner corner and in here as well, connected to that other. Okay, mascara, all that good stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, both eye looks are done. I only went into mascara. I'm so lazy with eyelashes, I'm sorry. Urban Decay Love Bug for this eye. I only did the outer corner in the waterline into tight line. For the blush, I did go into a different blush on this side. It's from Laura Mercier. It's like those 3 new blushes that Laura Mercier came out with, and it's very berry. It's like a glowy type of product for sure. This is new to my collection, and if it video is coming where I do try this out in the video. For the lips, I went in to Honeydew from KKW Beauty and to My Dream Collection lip gloss from Natasha Denona in Natasha. And I feel like I've used every single shade except this one. So third eye look should be fun. But yeah, here are the final eye looks 1 and 2. So eye look number 1. And eye look number 2. It's gonna be so hard to pick a favorite because I feel like both of these eye looks came out so pretty. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the third and final eye look. Okay, let's start this third and final eye look. First shade I'm dipping into is going to be this one here, Ashes, and this is a Sigma Soft Blend 10. Going to use this very lightly on my crease and just blow it out. I'm also going to bring this all over my lower lash line and also wing it out a bit. Okay, next shade I'm dipping into is this one right here, Element. This is a Morphe and Ariel A29. It's like a fluffy flat brush. This is like a shimmer, so tread softly. And this is going to go in the inner corner and the outer corner. I'm going to do a halo eye. Tiny bit on the lower lash line and wing it out. Okay, that's what that's looking like. Now I'm going to jump into the darkest brown in the palette, which is called Noble. This is a Morphe M456. It's like a small, flat, fluffy brush. Just going to dip the tip in there. That's what she said. And I'm just going to tap it and kind of deepen up the inner corners here. Like that. Same with the outer corner. And down here too. Okay, it's like a very subtle deepening of the inner corners. I love it. Okay, now to use the very last shade that I have not used, which is this one, Nocturne. I think I'm going to use my index finger. It's gonna be a pretty dark eye look. I'll probably top it off with something else, just so it's not so dark, you know? Okay, don't worry, we're going to blend out. Now I grabbed this double-ended brush, going to dip into this shade here, which is called Rose Quartz. I did wet it a tiny bit with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to add this on the lower lash line in the like inner portion, the part that looks empty basically. And I'm tapping in first because this shade is a little dusty. Like, even though it has like just the tiniest bit of sheen in it, it's pretty dusty. Okay, now with that Sigma Soft Blend 10, I'm going to jump into the transition shade and just buff the edges of everything. Ashes, just very lightly. This is just so there's no harsh lines. Okay, now to lighten up this eye look a tiny bit, we're going to dip into this shade here. I'm going to use my index finger. Heavenly is the name of it. And just put that right in the middle. And I'm dipping pretty lightly because I don't want it to take over the green from this eye look. Oh yeah, I feel like it's working. Okay, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of that heavenly shade right in the inner corner, like just a tiny bit. I'm using this small little Ofra pencil brush. I did spray the brush and it's just gonna go right in here like that, just a tiny bit. I don't want to lose that like soft shimmery pink. Okay, let me go ahead and put on mascara, all that good stuff. We'll be back, talk, and all that good stuff. Here is the third and final eye look. It's a little grungy, it's a little smoky, but I'm not mad at it. I did go into the Milk Cosmetics eyeliner in Ivory just for the waterline. I did want to open up my eyes just a tiny bit. And for the lips, I do have some ABH products. It's the new lip liner and lipsticks that they recently launched. Lip liner is in the shade Raisin and Taupey Beige is the lipstick. Forgot how much I enjoy these products. Okay, for the blush, I went into this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12 Hours in Seduce, and I only did mascara. For the highlighter, I went into my Tiger palette and I mixed in both of these, and then I used this for my brow bone. Okay, but yeah, here is the third and final eye look. Okay, let's talk. I'll go ahead and insert pictures of the swatches here just so you can see what those look like. This Rose Metals eyeshadow palette is available at Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you can also purchase it at Ulta and Sephora. I purchased it through Anastasia. Shipping was kind of okay. But there was a hurricane going on, so I don't know if that probably delayed some stuff. It retails for $55. It has a 12-month shelf life, and it was made here in the USA. You guys know I enjoy it when palettes are made here in the USA. I was actually pretty excited when this was announced. I really enjoyed the tones, the promos that they did for this palette. I actually really enjoyed as well. The theme, if I remember correctly, is 90s grunge, and I definitely get that from this palette. I definitely feel like it's the grungy sister of the Novel palette. Okay, now Rose Metals. I can definitely see what they mean because I do see rosy tones in here. Now, I feel like a lot of people are thinking because rose is in the name that you're going to see a ton of pink, but I can see what they mean. You can see a rosy undertone in this, in this, in this one for sure. This one as well, because I feel like this one can either pull warm or neutral or cool tone. This one as well. I think the only one where I don't see too much rosiness to it is probably this one, and this one. Oh, and of course this one. But everything else I can definitely see a slight rose tone to it. Now, there is that disclaimer that some shadows aren't meant to be used directly onto your eyes. Basically, it just means it might stain your eyes or you might be sensitive to it, and that is this shade right here. Dune is that specific shade. That disclaimer has been on palettes for quite some time now. I'm not too worried about it. I haven't had any reactions, but if you are somebody who is sensitive, like your eyelids are pretty sensitive, then I would definitely tread softly. Make sure to read your labels before you purchase an eyeshadow palette. Now, as far as the packaging, I do really enjoy it. I like this. I like this aesthetics. Like I said, I feel like it's the glam sister of the Novel palette. It's like from day to night. That's what I'm getting from this. And I know when this was announced, a lot of people weren't excited for it, but I actually was. And every single eye look I have created so far, even though it's only 3, I'm like, wow. These are absolutely stunning. Okay, I'll go ahead and insert a clip here of the palette untouched, and before I dug my brushes and fingers into it, while I let you know what I think about this palette and if I think it's worth your money. So $55, and you do get a tiny more product than the older versions where they were $45 and the pans were smaller. 100%, since my collection is so big, I would have preferred the smaller pans and less money versus the bigger pans and more money. That's a $10 difference from the old style. It's not a big deal. And if you're somebody who picks up a palette and you use it like literally every day until it's done, then it makes a lot more sense. But for me personally, it does not. I do enjoy the packaging. I think they have definitely improved on the packaging, and I hope they keep up with the different textures because I didn't enjoy the velvet. I felt like they got dirty too quick. So I am enjoying that part, but I just wish that they would have kept the smaller pans at the $10 less price. If you are in the market and you are looking for a new eyeshadow palette, I don't think you would be disappointed. If this is a color story that's calling to you, I also don't think you'll be disappointed. If you are on a no buy, if you are on a low buy, don't purchase it. Just see if you can find something in your collection. This is something Heather Austin has been mentioning a lot on her channel, and I feel that's awesome, and I'm going to start mentioning it as well. I am not here to encourage you to spend your money. I want you to spend your money wise. Freaking everything just keeps going up in price, and it's getting more and more ridiculous. So I am not here to pressure you or make you think like I'm telling you that you need to buy everything that I review. No, spend your money wisely. If you're in the market and if you can get this on sale, perfect. I would definitely say hold off for a sale. But if you are, you know, purchasing a palette right now, then I think, yes, you would definitely enjoy this palette and you would not be disappointed. Every single shade I used performed beautifully, and I had so much fun creating all of the eye looks. Okay, well, that's it. That concludes this review and 3 eye looks of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette. Let me know which eye look is your favorite. I honestly don't know which one is my favorite. It's a tie between it's a tie between all of them. I don't know. Okay, my lovelies, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. And I absolutely appreciate it so much when you comment and you like. It really just makes my day, honestly. Okay, with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Alright guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye!